Hey, Rage fans, it's Kimber Schaefer here with Rage in the Cage OKC News. We are hanging at our sponsors, Western Nights in Oklahoma City. They are sponsoring Rage in the Cage 72, which is going down Saturday, February 29th at the Oklahoma City Farmers Public Market. And main event, Rico Cato versus Chris Vereen. Rico is right here with me, and this is the first time we've ever even gotten to speak, our first interview, so I'm so excited to find all of the good facts and information about your career so far, which has spanned about 10 years now.
Yes, ma'am.
So walk me through those 10 years. What made you step in the cage, and what you've been doing in that 10 years as you've focused on your MMA career?
So it's just been a learning process, every time in the cage, it's more growth. Kind of started out just, fighting at, I want to say I fought for Rage in the Cage once, maybe twice. And it's just been a learning experience every time. The fighters have always been interesting, and we kind of competed and just tried to put on for the crowd. So it's always been fun to put on for Rage in the Cage and Rage in the Cage fans.
Oh, well, so good to hear. So I'm glad, when a fighter tells me that they've had a great experience with us, then we know we've done our
most
jobs.
Most definitely.
Well, good. I appreciate that. So let's talk about your career. I had no idea. You went straight pro, which I'm like, okay, you're either incredibly brave or you're that talented that, nobody wanted to fight you as an amateur. So walk me through.
It's not the latter. It's just, hey, get out there and, just kind of, you start off wanting to do it to take care of your family, or start off with doing it for a career, and then once you start off in it, you just start enjoying it, so it kind of just becomes a part of you. And like me, growing up around fighters, my family, and then my dad used to have us watching Bruce Lee, Chuck Norris and stuff like that, so when you get older, you just want to, hey, get out there and do it. So, and that's what drives me, just to keep competing until, because one day you can't compete no more. So just keep competing until your time runs out.
Got it. Great advice in all aspects of life. So you are 3-3, if I'm not mistaken, as a pro fighter. So you've had 6 fights in the span of 10 years. So I know you took some time off there. Mm-hmm. So tell me a little bit about, what took you away from the sport and what's bringing you back.
Just kind of start hanging with the wrong crowd and had some circumstances to where I wasn't able to be available to fight. So, but all glory to God that He brought me back. I'm healthy. Amen. I'm strengthened. I'm wanting to put on. I have a good fighter in front of me, a good test. So he has me on my toes daily. Chris Vereen. I mean, it's going to be a show. It's going to be live. So, and it's a lot of fighters on the card that the whole card is going to be stacked and it's going to be fire. So I just encourage everybody, the whole Oklahoma, Texas, Kansas, everybody to come out because it's going to be fire.
Ooh, you're selling this card to me, and I'm already going, so I love it. So Chris Vereen, let's talk about Chris. He's fought for Rage, of course, as well. So we know that when you guys have fought for us, we're a media team. My team is, we've worked in television news. The videos are out there, so you've been able to have access anyway to video of Chris. Have you watched any?
Oh, most definitely. Oh, yeah. I'm gonna do my homework, and he's gonna bring it. He's gonna bring it. I can't step in there half stepping. So I mean, he has a great team. I know of his coach Cortez Coleman. I know he's gonna have him all the way on point because I used to train with Cortez. So I know it's gonna be live. It's gonna be lit.
I mean, I'm looking at his record. He's 4-1 as an amateur, 1-0 as a pro, with 1 no contest, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. That was him versus Brandon Wright on one of our cards. And I mean, so he basically, to me, this is just such a good fight on paper.
Oh, yeah.
As I'm looking at y'all's stats and looking at you two fighters, and just your I can't wait to see how this plays out in the cage.
Oh yeah, it's gonna be good. He reminds me of a younger version of me, but I mean, hey, it's gonna be the old dog versus the young dog, and we gonna put it on. So I mean, we're gonna see what's gonna go down. It's gonna be. I mean, I'm not anxious to get in there, but I'm just kind of starting to feel it already because I mean, just the opponent. I know he's gonna bring it. I'm gonna bring it. So it's just gonna be. I mean, it's gonna be awesome to be in that atmosphere again with Rage in the Cage.
Well, we appreciate that, and I tell you, I love just hearing you talk and me knowing Chris, because I've gotten to interview him as well. And I feel like that you two are so much alike in that aspect. You have a lot of respect for your opponent. And it's not the ugly back and forth that we see so much between two opponents. And I mean, I love those fights. You guys go in there as competitors. One of you come out a winner. One of you come out, with a learning lesson.
Yeah.
But both of you come out with respect for the sport and respect for one another.
Most definitely. All fighters get respect from me because you put in a lot, you sacrifice a lot to get in there and do that. So I respect all fighters.
Well, and going back, before I mentioned that, you talked about Rage in the Cage and your experiences at Rage in the Cage. You've fought 6 fights now, and we are so thankful that you've had a good time with us.
I'm very thankful for y'all having me. I thank y'all because every time it's been a blessing, and y'all always put on good shows. So I really thank y'all for allowing me to put on my skills again.
Well, hey, fans, you don't want to miss it. This guy is going in the cage. Main event versus Christopher Reen, Saturday, February 29th. Any shout outs, any mentions of anything, or any sponsors or anything before we wrap it up?
Well, I just want to thank God for giving me breath, life, allowing me to compete for Rage in the Cage again, so, and I just want to give a shout out to my family, my children. I'm a single father, just holding it down. All the single fathers out there, continue to press, and just everybody that is pursuing something in life, I just encourage you to just keep on striving and never give up.
Wow, I like this guy. I'm telling you, and being a single father and being able to train, and then everything you've went through, and God gave you that second chance.
Yeah.
So, man, I'm impressed. Yeah. I can't wait to see you in there compete. So, guys, come out Saturday, February 29th. It's Rage in the Cage 72. Get tickets from this guy, Rico Cato, right here. Any other fighter on the card, or, of course, stubwear.com, and we'll see you then.